Hello, my Jason. Welcome to my episode review for episode 4 of Sound Euphonium 2. The episode is Awakening Oboe. And so, thankfully, we are getting this whole Mizore, Nozomi drama off right away in this episode here. We didn't really drag it on for too long. This kind of just comprised of 4 episodes of these new characters in Mizore and Nozomi, even Yuko, who was a character in the second half of Sound Euphonium Season 1. She came off really strongly in this episode for me as well, her emotional mode of Nozomi, and, just wondering whether, are we actually friends? Mizore thought that Yuko was sort of pitying her, had a pretty friendship with her, and that was not the case at all. Yuko was actually legit friends with Mizore, and she kind of felt betrayed by that, so that was a nice emotional moment for her. Obviously, Nozomi has no idea what's going on, why Mizore is avoiding her, but Yuko tells her about all that, and a lot more there. Also, with Yuko, she came off more of a bratty character, I thought, in the second half of Season 1. And, she did have some nice comedic moments with Natsuki. We see this again with this episode and also some previous episodes as well. But that's the only redeeming quality for me as a character for her. Obviously, the way her character is, portrayed, always she just wants to protect the order, I guess you want to call it that. She favored Kaori-senpai over Reina in the whole solo trumpets battle that they had in the second half of Season 1, but in this episode she came off a lot more strongly emotionally, and she really felt more like a sympathetic character to me here, along with the whole Natsuki chemistry they have together. And Mizore is finally able to confront and embrace her feelings, not only with Kumiko, but also with Nozomi as well. Obviously, she has to express these feelings to Kumiko as exposition for us as the audience, because Kumiko was very non-existent in a vocal sort of sense. Her emotional reactions were perfect. It was really just perfect for the scene. Really didn't really need much of her voice reactions from her. Her facial reactions were well enough here in this episode, as Mizore tells Kumiko that she isn't much of a people person, which is pretty obvious from her, what we've seen so far from her, and that middle school Nozomi was her only friend, her precious friend, one of her only close friends in life, and that's why she felt betrayed by her when Nozomi quit the band without telling her. As Nozomi and Mizore have their confrontation with each other, turns out it was more all misunderstanding. Nozomi didn't really want to ask Mizore to quit with her because she saw how hard she was practicing despite all the drama that was going on with the third years and them. And that's why she just kind of left without telling Mizore. So Mizore kind of felt betrayed by that. She was playing the oboe all this time because she's playing for her and Nozomi, and so they embrace, they make up, and Mizore is able to play better, as Niyame Sensei was telling her at the beginning that there's something off about her performance in her oboe solo, and now she's able to play better and much more differently than everyone else has ever heard, because she's finally made up with Nozomi in this whole drama misunderstanding. That's kind of all it just came out down to. It's more of a misunderstanding between two friends who were in middle school together, and now they kind of just avoid each other, and Nozomi had no idea what was going on. She did admit that she was a little bit airheaded, and that she had no idea what she did wrong. Even her not explaining herself, it helps Mizore actually understand her as a person, and so they make up, and that's pretty much it there. And as that character drama ends with Mizore, Yuko, Natsuki, and Nozomi, after all those 4 characters have their drama ended, there are some minor footnotes, I would say, that might build up into something more. Kumiko's sister, Mamiko, has a falling out with her father. Why she has a falling out with her father, we have no idea why, and maybe they'll bring into a future, scene there with Kumiko and her sister, perhaps. Also, we have Kumiko at the end of this episode just talking with Asuka, and she has no idea who the real Asuka is. Obviously, she puts on many different fronts within herself. There's like her funny comedic side and her very serious side, and so who the real Asuka is, why she puts on all these fronts and such there. We have no idea why, and so hopefully that will be a footnote into something that will be actually more of a storyline coming up as the Kansai competition is almost underway. And so a very nice emotional episode here, finally ending this storyline between Nozomi and Mizore, and so definitely with that being settled, and we're moving on to the Kansai competition. I really like how they added Reina in at the end of this episode, just to get more Reina Kumiko stuff going on, but still the Kansai competition is coming up, so I'm sure we get more practice time for all that there. I'm expecting more of a lighter episode coming up for episode 5, since we had a big emotional episode here. But as for this big emotional episode, I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5. Again, fantastic stuff here. A little bit over the top, I would say, between misunderstanding between two friends, but still, it really worked here for this anime, and that's what I really enjoy about this, all the character moments and all the scenes that we got here, especially the wide shots, the character framing and such. They're all perfect stuff here in Sound UFO 2. And so what do you guys think about this episode? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to rate this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you for watching our episode recap for episode 4, Sound Euphonium Season 2. The episode is Awakening Oboe. Who's a nice day? Bye bye.